Hey, Copper here, and more of my OT 2020 through hike. But first, I am not on the OT. Obviously, I'm at the sometimes at least beautiful Lake Thunderbird. But I wanted to be sure to mention before we get on to the rest of the videos that this was also a fundraiser. I took some pledge grants from some of my very generous friends whose name we're going to pop up here. We're raising money for the Alzheimer's Foundation. Fight Alzheimer's, because Alzheimer's sucks. What more do you need to say? And we raised over $2,000, $2,094 actually. So thank you so much for everyone, and thank you for following along. It was a lot of extra motivation for me, and it was pretty cool, having old friends cheer me on. So thank you.
All right, well, it's morning, day 13, I think. Yeah, it's Thursday. Tomorrow is 14 and then 15 finished. Yeah. So, came out of that sweet camping spot at 175.2 down here. That was a really neat spot last night. The stars were amazing. Pretty cool. Got out of camp pretty early this morning. Didn't start a fire or anything, just, which I usually don't in the morning. I think one time I started a fire in the morning when it was really cold on that ridge, but can just kind of huddle in my tent and cook in the vestibule. Just sit there with a sleeping bag piled on me. It's plenty warm. Can prep my food, start packing up, sitting in the tent, eat my breakfast, kind of chill, and still get out of there pretty quick. 7:14. It was really early to get out of camp. Been out a few times earlier than that, but not many. So here we go. I got to push like 19 today to the Nancy Mountain Shelter. That's kind of my staging area. I think it's at like 194. And then I'll go like another 14, 15 tomorrow to the PV camp, private campsite, which is technically the only place you're allowed to camp in the last 30 miles in the state park because it's on that lake. Water restrictions, no camping, but there's some private land that you hike up to about 0.9 off the trail. A lot of people just stealth camp on the trail, frankly. I don't think I'm going to do that, just because I think I'll have plenty of time. So tomorrow. Anyway, that's the plan. It's a gorgeous morning. Looks like it's going to be another gorgeous day of weather. It's clear as a bell. Might be a little bit hot, so I'm going to try to put in a lot of miles this morning while it's cool, before it gets really sweaty. But we'll see. Just another glorious day walking the Ouachita Trail. I'm going east. Sun's just up. Got to get the hiking pace up pretty quick to get the body temp up a little bit. It's kind of cold, but I'll take it. Frankly, I wish it would stay this temperature right here all day and never get any warmer. That'd be great. Instead, I'm gonna sweat a lot, but that's okay. It's been beautiful. Take it over the rain any day. There we go. Vlog out. Also, I hope this battery stays in because I don't have the door cover on. I think I'm gonna grab a piece of duct tape off my poles here. So keep duct tape. That's my strategic duct tape reserve. Some Gorilla, these are both Gorilla tape, just one's silver, one's black. I'm gonna get a little piece of that because I'm not gonna go digging in my pack for that. That's a pretty good view. Again, courtesy leaf off, or I would be seeing nothing. That is the advantage of leaf off for sure. Still early, banging miles here. Rare stop for me there, but that was such a pretty view. So I figured out that the real key to making a lot of miles in a day is just, besides pace, of course, is just not stopping. I just don't stop much. I'm gonna probably have to get water once. I'm gonna have to get lunch, and that's, honestly, I can do lunch in like 15 minutes, particularly if I don't take a side trail to a shelter and just find a good spot on the trail. And I can always find a good rock, a good shady spot with a decent view. I just start looking for it, and I just think, okay, sometime the next half mile I'll find a good lunch spot here, and I do every time. So I don't stop much. I don't take the pack off much. I don't stop even if I'm grabbing snacks and water and stuff, I can do it usually at a slow walk. And I just don't stop. You just don't stop. You make a lot of ground. And I have it still using the kind of pause step technique where I look around and get a view, or what I call kind of the pop. Just techniques to keep me from staring straight down at my feet and appreciating the view, maybe seeing some wildlife, whatever. There's times where the view's downright distracting, like this. I'm like, okay, I gotta quit looking at this view because I am a little bit perched on this hill here and I can't exactly afford to fall. But man, look at this ridge catching the light this morning. Wow. So, you know, people ask, yeah, it's just hiking. I just hike all day long, sun up to sundown. I'm like a little wind-up toy. You put these sticks in my hand and backpack on and point me east, and I just go. I don't even really have to think about it much. So I can think about lots of other things, and I can look around, but I still have to keep attention to my footing. But when the path is a little clearer, then I can basically look at the scenery the whole time and just book it. So right here, I got to focus pretty much on my feet. But even then, take the pop, look left over the ridge, appreciate the new angle, even if it's just for a second. And then always look ahead. I always try to look ahead and spot the trail. This mount is not doing very well, my bobby pin and duct tape, because it's easier to see the trail further ahead. You see the little clearing. When you get right up on it, you really can't see the forest for the trees. You don't see the broken leaves, but ahead it's very clear where the trail is usually. So I bop, I'm looking at this ridge, gorgeous ridge again, more B-roll. All right. So I just consulted this little quick stop and then consulted gut hook. And so one of the variables I'm always looking at is water. 3 liters I consider a full load. That's both my 1.5s on the side full. I have an extra 2 of capacity for long hauls in a bladder. So, but I don't like to carry water. Water's heavy. So I was just looking ahead. Yesterday I did 15 miles on 3 liters of water. Now I cameled up really good because I camped at a creek. So in the morning I drank probably 2 liters of water. Drank some right when I first got up and then another liter later. So I'm pretty efficient, and 3 liters I consider a full load. So I just looked, and basically I don't have water problems today. There's a source at 6 miles ahead that's flowing all the time. So I'm good. You know, if I need to top off, I got plenty of water. Don't have to worry about it, which is nice. And I also don't really have to carry a lot, so I just drank a bunch of water. Oh, speaking of water, wow. Holy moly. That is a beautiful little, gotta be creek. Gotta be some, man. I did not realize whatever creek was coming up was so large. So look on the handy dandy gut hook to see Brown Creek. Oh, there's actually a shelter. No, that's way ahead. Never mind. They don't really give a name of this look. Oh, Crystal Prong Creek and tenting. Oh, this was the spot people were talking about. Okay. Well, it is really nice. But you know what? The spot I ended up with was really neat too. So I thought that place was pretty cool. But I think they were talking about this because it's a big, huge pool. People talked about being able to swim. So that I knew I didn't really have the right place, but that's all right. Like I said, my tent site was still really cool last night. I don't think this is the trail. Well, this is lovely. Does the trail cross? Huh. Do I have to cross on those rocks? To continue on the other side, time to consult the map. Well, it's just lovely here. and I do cross here. So I'm trying to determine the best place to cross. I guess here. This is a little nerve-wracking, not gonna lie. I'm gonna set my poles out longer to reach with. Set them out to max. I wonder actually if it would be safer over there. I think so. I think I'm gonna go over here actually. I think I could make this just fine, but I'm not gonna take any chances. I'm gonna go this way. I think it's easier. Oh. I'm out here by myself. It's all about, I'm sure this angle's bad because I pointed it down. It's all about risk avoidance, playing the odds, and I will probably go right. The only thing is the end of it is I have to climb. No, I can go over there. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna point this down so we get action cam here. Hadn't done a big crossing in a while. So the thing that you can't be sure of. See, that's slickered snot. I can feel it. That's one trick I've learned. I will literally, if I can reach it, I just go down on my hand. So, only one leg moves at a time of my 4. The best tip I heard on some video, and one that has stuck with me. Like my whole approach to the trail, slow and steady wins the race. So I'm gonna go here. Maybe. I don't know how big that step is. Is it good? Yeah, okay. And I'm absolutely talking to myself as much as the camera. I would be talking just as much if there was no camera on. I think rather than try to make that jump I am gonna do here, I think this is the safer of the two once I get here. Gotta be ready to call the audible. Okay, so we're gonna watch this really carefully here. Make sure I got a good handhold. Okay. This is right here. I think the hat is covering the GoPro, sorry. Okay. Almost got it. Almost got it. Okay. It's really awkward crawling on your hands and knees with a very heavy backpack. Okay. Whew. Whew. Well, that was the morning excitement. You know, it's like 8:45 in the morning. That water is freezing. If I fell in that, that would be very bad. It seemed like I was being excessively cautious out here by myself. That would be very, very bad. I would basically need a fire almost immediately. Or honestly, if I could get somewhat dry, I could hop in a bag and probably be okay. Okay, so the most important thing I did in that whole sequence was double check on the guide that I absolutely had to cross the river before I went through all the work of doing it. Because there's nothing more frustrating than doing some hard-ass crossing and then realizing you didn't have to cross. I've done that wrong with, I did that with Living the Kids one, or Living TJ and, or Thomas, and anyway. So that's bad. We're going up this hill right up here though. Put it on the narrow so it'll zoom in a little bit. That, I'm pretty sure, is bear scat. Sure looks like it, or some sort of predator. So I guess it could be like a coyote, but that looks like bear scat to me. It's hairy. Anyway, poop tails. But there you go. Look like bear scat, maybe. I don't know. Maybe it should be bigger. Maybe it is coyote. But anyway, there you go. I crunch these leaves so much. I don't see any way I'm seeing a bear. And I guess that's okay, but it's kind of on my list. So I'd like to see a bear at a comfortable distance. Anyway, well, I had a little selfie stick out of this thing. Found out it mounts perfectly well in this pole. Flatside Pinnacle. Holy buckets, what a view. Pretty widely regarded as the best view on the trail. Technically it's a few feet higher over there, but I'm good right here. That's quite a drop over there. Let me see the other way too. The other way's almost as impressive itself. What a view. This is a 0.2 spur trail and definitely worth it. Wow. Okay. I just gotta say one more time. Are you freaking kidding me? Look at this view. Good glory. It's windy as hell. This is pretty widely held as the best view on the entire trail. Alright, time to turn off. I gotta get hiking today. Coming into the shelter at 182.5. I can't remember the name of it offhand, but did I cut off the trail too soon? I think I actually missed this sort of branch off trail to the shelter, but anyway, it's right here. I'm gonna get something to eat real quick. A little lollygaggy for the day, but it's only 10:30. Come about 7:30, but I'm doing 19 today, so I kind of got to get on my horse. I guess I was a little slow this morning. I don't know. I did stop at that. I did take that spur trail, which took some time, but anyway. Okay, well, just had some lunch here at the shelter. I forget the name of the shelter. I don't have it right in front of me. Lovely. Signed the book, all that jazz, and just was looking at this stuff and realized I kind of had my days confused. It's kind of a good way. I'm at the Brown Creek shelter, by the way. I thought I was kind of behind schedule for a 19-mile day, but that's actually tomorrow. Where I was planning on heading today is just, I'm basically halfway done, and it's like 11. It's a 14-something day, and it's got 7 miles to go. So that's fine, because I was kind of lollygagged this morning. I was a little behind for a 19-mile day, but that's okay. I'll do it tomorrow. Get out nice and early. Shelter will make it easy to get out nice and early. So I think I'd planned well. I just had my days confused. There's a campsite past that I could push to, but according to the latest Guthook comments, which Guthook is the app I use, and it's kind of got a social thing, people leave comments. Several nights just last week, people were interrupted there. There's some nighttime deer hunting activity coming around, like off-road vehicles in the middle of the night. So I'm not going to go there. I'm going to stay at the shelter. And that sounds like bad time, so I don't want drunk. Yeah, no way. I'm good. Out. So I'm gonna chill out here at the shelter. I actually have a little extra time. I might actually take a little nap, which I have not done, I think, since day 1. Pretty sure. I'm gonna have a Cliff Bar for dessert. My lunch, I had salmon wrap and tortillas. It was very good. My electrolyte. Propel mix, replacing my electrolyte, staying hydrated. So it's important stuff. I take 2 of those a day, and plus they taste great. As I'm sure I've mentioned, they're kind of fizzy and sweet, and it's something different to drink. I know I've mentioned this. Anyway, vlog out. here at Nancy Mountain Shelter. Gonna be in my casa tonight. Mi casa. Really starting to set up. I don't think there's gonna be anybody here, but if there is, I'll scoot over. But this is what I do. So all I have to do now is throw my ground cloth down. Still just this polycro thing that I paid like $8 for at Lowe's. This is absolutely the way to go. Couple people recommended that to me, including Carrie. So thank you. That saved me a lot of money. I was gonna buy a ground cloth for my tent, and instead I got that. That thing has no holes in it. I've thrown it down in briars. I cannot believe how tough that thing is. But anyway, this is my shelter. There it is. There's a sign, Nancy Mountain Shelter. It's the view is banging. This whole place is gorgeous. You could put a bunch of tents here. You could easily have a lot of people here. And a view off this way, or obscured a little bit for those pines. Pretty nice. Whoops, I was kind of pointing that down. But yeah, this is my home. Try that again in case that cake sucked. The Nancy Mountain Shelter. Just throw my little cheapo ground cloth down. I'll just put my air mattress across that and then throw my bag and pillow, and that's it. This has a pretty good awning. Some of the ones on the other part of the trail, and the view is unbelievable, as you can see. Would have the awning stick out even more, and then they would have that bed of gravel. And I talked to several people who actually preferred the gravel over the wood, but I haven't had a ton of problems. You know, if there's critters, I assume there's going to be mice. I put my earplugs in, and they don't bother me much. So I'm going to cook some dinner, start a fire. I already found some decent little firewood here, so I'm going to start up a fire, cook some dinner, just chill. I got a couple of hours. My favorite thing is to just sit here. I'm going to get in my camp clothes. Very exciting. Okay, log out. And so the end is nigh. So I'm at like I forget, 189 something, 189.5 or something. So the whole trail's only 223. So basically tomorrow I'm doing a big day. I'm doing a 19-mile day. I was thinking it was going to be today, which is good it wasn't, because I kind of started out slow. Tomorrow's a 19-mile day. I have to push to this one place that you can that you can legally camp in the last whole section, the last whole 30 miles. It's really inconvenient. Lots of people just stealth camp on the trail, and I'm not even going to guarantee I'm not going to do it. But I'm planning to go to the PV private campsite, which also adds like an extra 1/8 of a mile on, I think. But that basically sets me up for what to me is a breezy 15-mile day like I did today. I did kind of a slow, loafy 15 and got in at 3 o'clock. So that's what I'm going to do. That'll be my last day to Pinnacle Mountain. And I don't know how I feel about that. Well, it's very strange to think about finishing. I've been out here on my own, basically passing people, seeing through hikers, seeing support people, connecting with people, but 99% of the time out here I've been on my own, except for the one day I was with Derek. Maybe not 99%, because I've shared shelters twice. Campsite near a shelter another time, so really sort of 3 times I've shared campsites. But that's been it. The rest of the time, the campsites have just been me. Trekking across wherever, and it's an interesting exercise in self-reliance, and yet not self-reliance. I'm so privileged to be here. I have a lot of very expensive equipment. This is basically privileged homelessness. But I get to just walk every day in this beauty, and that's coming to an end. The weather is gorgeous again. I'm scared to mention how beautiful the weather is, but I just looked at the weather again and it looks fine. So it's been beautiful.